Basketball is my second favorite sport behind MMA. And growing up, I had played NBA 2K a lot, probably from 2K15 to 2K21, 22. I was real big on MyTeam. That was always one of my favorite game modes. Never behind my career, but it was always one of my favorite game modes. And recently I had the idea, what if every NBA champion had their own NBA 2K MyTeam card? So let's get right into it. Starting out with the flyweight division. Champion, Alessandro Pantoja. I'm giving him a 93 overall. I think if he was a 35er, if he was a 55er, if he was welterweight, I could see him probably being a 95, 96 overall. He doesn't really have any holes in his game. I would say his boxing is not the best. He relies on his chin. He gets hit a lot. He relies on his toughness moving forward. And I mean, the aspect of boxing is hitting and not getting hit. He gets hit a lot. And there's just a really big skill gap from 25 to 35, 25 to 55, even 25 to 45. So I think if you had him, if he was a 35 or 45 or 55, I think he would be a 95, 96 overall. He's a pretty dominant champion. He's only got, I think, 4 losses. He's lost to Figueiredo, he's lost to Askarov, and like a couple other names I can't think of. But other than that, he's beat everybody. He's beat Moreno, he's beat Brandon Royval, he's beat every single good flyweight contender. Kind of got robbed against Usyk. I'm sorry, he robbed Usyk. I'm not gonna lie to you, but yeah, I'm gonna say Pantoja's a 93 overall. He's a diamond card as well. When I was making these, there's all these new gems that I never heard of. Like, I just remembered there was obviously, you got bronze, silver, gold, you had emerald, sapphire, it was ruby, there was amethyst, diamond, pink diamond, and then like kind of around the era I stopped, there was galaxy opal. And there's like all these new fucking gems. I don't even know what these are. I don't know. So I'm saying he's a 93 overall diamond. Boom. For bantamweight division, we got Sean O'Malley. I'm giving him a 95 overall pink diamond. I think there are some holes in his game which prevent him from being a 99 overall. Doesn't really have any ground game to speak of. We've never seen him mix in any takedowns. He's a relatively good defensive grappler. Excuse me, well, we've never really seen him on the offensive side for that. He's only got 1 title defense. He hasn't beaten the most names. You know what I mean? He beat Petr Yan, which is a good win. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think he won that fight, but that's a conversation for another day. So he beat Petr Yan, and he got a title shot off for Aljamain Sterling. Knocked him out in round 2. Very good win. And then after that, he defended against Marlon Vera. So I think if he beats, definitively, if he beats, Corey Sandhagen, he beats Merab, whenever that's going to be 307, 306, not sure. If he beats those two guys, definitively, I can see him moving up to 97, 98. Because I really want to see him, how he fares against someone that's going to take him down and threaten submissions. Because we saw Petr Yan take him down. He didn't really threaten any submissions. Kind of was just trying to hold him down, do some damage on the ground. And, of course, we saw him fight Aljamain Sterling, but just couldn't get him down. He shot like 1 takedown, I don't know. So, boom, 45 division, we're going to Ilia Topuria. He's a 94 overall. Kind of a similar ranking for Sean O'Malley because, like I said, he has 2 good wins. He's got some good wins, okay, but he's got 2 wins over okay competition. And, I mean, one of those wins being Josh Emmett, so I don't know how much weight you can really put into that. Of course, the second win when he KO'd Volkanovski, very good win. I just think if he beats Max Holloway and if he beats him definitively, I have no problem with putting him 97 overall because he has really no holes in his game. But we haven't really seen him face the competition that we really want to see because like I said, he just became champion. So pretty inactive so far. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're coming on mid-July. He won the belt in the beginning of February. Took no damage in the fight. It was a 1-round fight. I don't know why. I mean, I guess you could chalk it down to Max Holloway not being ready because he'd fought in April, and we don't have any even fight announcements as of July 9th, I think it is now. So, I don't know. Like I said, once he fights Max Holloway, once he fights guys like Brian Ortega, maybe if Diego Lopez gets a couple wins and gets a title shot, if he beats people like that, I could see him moving up to 97, 98. Because, like I said, he has no hold in his game whatsoever. Boom, we're going to 155 pounds. Islam Makhachev, I don't know why it's covered like that. His overall's covered. That says 99. He's a 99 overall. There are absolutely no holes in his game. He's beat every single kind of stylistic matchup. He's outboxed one of the best boxers in the UFC. He submitted the best grappling artist of all time in the UFC. He outpointed Alexander Volkanovski, who has never, on the feet, on the ground, it's never been done before. Then he comes back, rematches him UFC 298. I'm sorry, UFC 294, knocks him out with a head kick. Sure, it was 10 days notice, whatever. It was also 10 days notice for Islam. So I'm not even a fan of Islam, by the way. I mean, I like the dude. I've never rooted for him in any of his fights. I didn't root for him in UFC 280, UFC 284, UFC 294. Didn't root for him UFC 302. Never rooted for him in any of his fights. I don't know. I don't really think you can really deny what we're seeing with this guy. I think if he beats Arman Sarukian, maybe Max Holloway, then moves up to 170. Maybe not even Max Holloway, maybe just another 55-pound contender. I don't know. In my opinion, if he beats Arman, moves up, beats the 170-pound champ, I mean, I'm having him number 2 overall of all time, and maybe even number 1. I'm not really sure. Who knows? Maybe John Jones loses to Stipe. I'm not sure. You know, that's way far in the future, but I think it's undeniable what we see Islam do. Like I said, he's fought every single style. He beats people in their own game, similar to how John Jones did back in the day. He outboxes the boxers. He outgrapples the grapplers. He outpoints Volkanovski on the feet. Sure, you can say it's a third head takedown, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to hear it. So, boom, we're going to 170 pounds. Leon Edwards, I'm giving him a 95 overall. Might be controversial. Maybe people are saying 96, 97, maybe even 98. I don't think he beats people definitively, and I don't think he dominates people. I've never seen him dominate people. I've seen him go to split decisions with Gunnar Nelson. I've seen him lose to Kamaru Usman the first time. I've seen him lose 3 rounds of Kamaru Usman the second time, and then, 50 seconds left, beautiful head kick, not going to take anything away from him. Then they rematched UFC 286. Pretty close fight. I would say he probably won a 48-47. Then he has I'm not going to say a pitiful performance, but yeah, fuck it. He had a pitiful performance against Leon Edwards. We don't see him dominate anybody in any facet of the game. We never see him absolutely shut down somebody when it comes to the striking, wrestling, any kind of aspect of the game. We don't see him shut anybody down. We don't see him dominate anybody. I think if he had some really dominant wins, then he could be I would probably put him at 97, to be honest. Like, if the trilogy for Kamaru Usman, 49-46'd him, completely just styled on him, outpointed him, defended every one of his takedowns, then I'm fine with, having him 97, 98. But like I said, we've never seen him dominate anybody. He barely snuck by Colby Covington after, he was inactive for like a year and a half. I think his last fight was like March 2022. And then UFC 296 was December, so like it was almost 2 years off, and you landed like 70 significant strikes. You didn't have any good moments in that fight. Just rather unimpressed. I like the dude, but I'm of course I'm gonna look forward to any one of his fights. But I mean, you can't lie, he's boring as fuck. So it just is what it is. Coming in at 185 pounds, we have Dricus du Plessis. I gave him a 93 overall. The reason I gave him a 93 overall was because, number one, he's not defended his title yet. He just won it, UFC 297. The fight before that, he fought Dricus du Plessis. That was UFC. I'm sorry, he fought Robert Whittaker. That was UFC 290. Knocked him out. He really dominated him. The fight before that was UFC 285. Derek Brunson. He won via exhaustion. Derek Brunson, his corner threw in the towel, and he just passed out at the end of round 2, basically. So. And he had a lot of moments where, in that fight and in the Darren Till fight, which happened prior, where he looked very good, but there was also just times where he looked really fucking sloppy, and like, going into the Robert Whittaker fight, he was the massive underdog. I guarantee you, if you said right when UFC 290 happened that he was going to knock out Robert Whittaker, then become champion, then fight Israel Adesanya for the championship, people would say you're insane. And you can chalk that up to, like I said, just a very sloppy style, not really championship inducive. You know what I mean? And he's had some I'm not even going to say lackluster performances, but he's had performances where they were just glaring holes that people didn't really think would hold up at championship level. When he fought Darren Till, he like fucking 10-7'd him in the first round. But then, like, when there was 50 seconds left and Darren Till started to have a lot of success, throwing a lot of shots at him from up top, then there was kind of just little moments where he was connecting with that 1-2. He was connecting with the big left hand. He was connecting with like with short elbows. Like, Darren Till had a good amount of success in that fight. However, he still got tapped out in the third round, and he still finished Derek Brunson in the second round, kinda. You know what I mean? But like I said, there are still these. I would say his game is a little unpolished. It's not. We've never really seen a champion who fights like he does. he kind of just moves forward, throws slinging right hands, kind of leaves his chin open, and has yet to get countered really. And that's for the same reason I'm picking Israel Adesanya to beat him and knock him out probably round 1, round 2, UFC 305. So that's a video for a different day. But yeah, if he defends his title against Izzy and definitively wins, maybe finishes him, I can see him moving up to 95, maybe 96. Then if he gets another good win and polishes his game and plugs up those holes, then I can see him moving up. Go to light heavyweight, we're going Alex Pereira. I'm going 97 overall. I'm not going to go 99 just yet for the sole reason that there are glaring holes in his game. Really just one glaring hole in his game. And we saw Israel Adesanya exploit that. We saw Jan Blachowicz exploit that. We're probably going to see Magomed Ankalaev exploit that. However, you know, we saw Israel Adesanya expose that, and that was, I mean, UFC 281, that was November of 2022. So that a lot of time has passed. But Jan Blachowicz, that was July 29th of 2023, and he threatened the rear naked choke in the first round. And Alex Pereira has become a better defensive grappler. He's shown much improvement in the defensive grappling from his fight against Izzy, the first fight, to the fight against Jan Blachowicz at 205. But I have a feeling that Magomed Ankalaev is going to take him down relatively easily. However, I don't think he's going to keep him there. And I'm not picking Ankalaev to win that fight. I'm picking Pereira to win that fight. But I'm just explaining the only reason why he's a 97 and he's not a 99 is because, there's just a massive hole in his jiu-jitsu and his wrestling, in his grappling. So I'm not confident in putting him in 99 yet. The reason he's a 97 is just because he fucking dominates people and finishes them with ease. So there's really nothing you can say about him. There's no holes in his game except for that. So we'll go to the interim champion heavyweight, Tom Aspinall. He's a 96 overall. I put him as a 96 overall because we haven't seen that much of him. You know what I mean? Which is also the reason why he's so great, because every single fight is just first round finish after first round finish. I think the only time, I don't think he has a decision in the UFC. He's tapped, he's finished every single person. He finished Sergey in 1 round, Orlovsky in 2 rounds, Volkov in 1 round, Jake Collier in 1 round, and a couple other people I can't think of right now. But for the same reason why he's so high is also a reason why he can't be 98, 99. He has no holes in his game whatsoever. We have never seen a hole in his game. But I want to see him really go to a 3-round, go to a 5-round decision with somebody. You know what I mean? Because all we have is just 1-round sample sizes and 1.5-round sample sizes against Orlovsky, where he's either beating complete bums or he's just destroying people that are either on his level or a little bit below. You know, when he beat Tybura in, what was that, a minute 20? You know what I mean? The only person that has been near his level in competition has been Volkov, of which he took down in Kimura in 1 round, and Sergey Pavlovich, who we KO'd in 50 seconds. So I don't think the Curtis Blaydes fight is going to be a quick finish. I think this is going to go probably 3 rounds. I don't believe it'll go into the championship rounds. I think Curtis Blaydes is going to get knocked out, but I think that's going to come later. Maybe 4th round, TKO, ground and pound. So I think, depending on how he fights Curtis Blaydes and how he really manages to fight over the course of 3, 4, 5 rounds, I think that's going to really help his stock. So, like I said, if he dominates him and beats him in the 4th round, maybe 5th round, I can see him being a 98, maybe even a 99 overall. Camera died, I apologize. Now I guess, real heavyweight champion, I disagree, but it's John Jones. Gave him a 95 overall. He's actually the only guy that actually represents a team, because, you got these people from Brazil and people from England and people from Russia, that obviously don't represent an NBA team, but he's from New York, so I gave him the Knicks. And, I guess, for Pantoja, I could have done the Miami Heat, because he trains in the American Top Team, which is near Miami. And for Sean O'Malley, I could have done the Phoenix Suns, because I think he lives in Phoenix and trains in Phoenix. So, but I don't know, I just wanted to go for actually where they were from, so I gave him the Knicks. But I gave him a 95 overall. Reason being, he's quite aged. He's not the John Jones of 2013, 2014, 15, 16. You're 36 years old. He's been champion since he was 23 years old. Of course, you're going to age and you're going to regress. You know what I mean? That's kind of just the way of life. No one beats Father Time. And also, he's got 1 fight in 4 years. The fight before that was Dominic Reyes. He lost. The fight before that was Thiago Santos, which was life and death, a razor-thin fight, who had 2, and Thiago Santos had 2 bad knees. Before that, you got Anthony Smith, who you need to finish. He's been finished 20 times in his career, and John Jones was not one of those people. The Gustafsson 2 fight was pretty good. But, like, you're going to decisions with OSP. Like, you know what I mean? Like, John Jones from 2018 to present has been rather unimpressive, not as dominant as he used to be. He's not just a killer finishing people like he was back in the day. And also, you pair that with the fact that you're 36, that's going to make you a 95 overall. Still, you know, very fucking high overall. You're like top 3. I think you only have 2 people that are, or 3 people that are higher than him. So, I think that's a fair ranking. I think it's also fair to put Tom Aspinall as a higher overall. I think it's fair to have Alex Pereira as a higher overall for obvious reasons. That is also another topic for another conversation, but those are my rankings. Let me know in the comments what you think, and more videos coming soon. Make sure to like and subscribe.